organizations, public schools, and churches in her community. She is the author of several books: If You Ain't Stacking, Then You're Dropping, This Is Why You're Broke, and a Let's Get Rich journal. And her most recent book, Playground Millionaires, How to Set Your Kids Up to Be a Millionaire, which, like her other books, are available through her website and Amazon. She's been with our firm, WFG, which is World Financial Group, for 6 years and is a six-figure diamond ring earner. She has helped hundreds of families with their personal financial goals while building a financial agency of licensed professionals all across the U.S. and Canada. I present to you Miss Odetta King.
Thank you so much, Maria. So good to see all of you. Amazing people. Wow. Another installment of, guess what? Playground Millionaire. So we have 3 more sessions. We've been doing these sessions all month of July, every Monday and Friday. And I've got some treat for you guys tonight. I've got some treats, right? Super excited, fired up. So we've got 3 more. We've got this coming Friday, and then I think Monday, and then July is over, right? July is done. So couple of housekeeping notes. If you could just put in the chat, where are you joining us live from, and what comes to mind when you hear Playground Millionaire? Put it in the chat. What comes to mind when you hear Playground Millionaire? I want to read the chat. And also, where are you representing from? Where are you logging in from? As you guys know, I am based in New York. I'm coming to you guys from the Big Red Juicy Apple, New York. So where's everybody logging in from? Put in the chat. What is Playground Millionaire? Okay, so Raul is from PA. Welcome, Raul. Awesome. And it would also help, guys, if you could also put who invited you to this webinar, or how did you hear about this webinar? So I have Palm Springs, California, Westchester County, New York. Woo-woo! Awesome. Brooklyn, New York. From Google search? Wow. Okay, I really want to know. Anyone else? How did you hear about this webinar? You did a Google search and you found us. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. Dallas, Texas. All right. To the BELC Group B. Yes. Shout out to my BELC family. We love you guys. Just came back from convention. Super fired up. You know, we got a lot of big things to do. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. Now, what comes to mind when you guys hear Playground Millionaire? What comes to mind? When you hear the word Playground Millionaire, what comes to mind? I found your website in Google search. It redirected me to your WhatsApp group. Wow, Raul, you're on a hunt, Raul. You hustling out here. To another agent. Okay. Awesome. So, the title of my book, again, Playground Millionaire. How did all of this come about, right? As you guys may or may not know, I am heavily in the classroom. I speak to a lot of parents. My students, by the time they get to me, they're already in college years. And so, you know, after doing this business for about a couple of years, 6 years to be exact, we see where a lot of people are struggling. Most of us, you know, we would probably start saving for our kids, not at birth. Not at birth. Most of us would probably start saving for college, you know, when they're like in their early teens. Maybe if they've got 5 to 7 years to go for college, that's when we start scrambling to save, right? Right? And then if we do save, we probably are not saving in the best vehicle, or we're probably not saving enough, right? But we're saving. So that's a good start, right? We're saving. We don't really quite know the best strategies, but we're saving. And then what we also see is most of us that are saving for our kids, well, we're saving to set them up to help them with college. but then the buck stopped there. Then we're on our own, go figure it out. I know personally for me, my parents didn't save for me for college, and they pretty much told me, hey, you're 21, you're 25, you on your own, go get a job, go figure it out, right? Some of you can probably relate. Well, Playground Millionaire is the change, right? It's the change. It's to bring about change that's going to be not only good for your kids, but also for yourself. Now, when it comes to building a solid financial foundation, there are building blocks. And I'm sure you guys would all agree, for the most part, when your kids are born, they're born healthy. They're born healthy, right? So the first layer of having a solid financial foundation is you want to make sure you have protection. What do I mean by protection? Well, if we pass away prematurely, there's life insurance. If we get sick, disabled, or any health problems, there's living benefits that's going to cover us or pay us a check. And if those two things don't happen, you're protecting your money. So you might say, well, Odetta, my kids don't have any money. They're not even working right now. True, they don't have money today, but they're going to have money in the future, right? So the first layer of having a solid financial foundation is protection. Now, the book, Playground Millionaire, even though it's written for kids, the principle, the strategy is also for adults. Same thing with adults, right? We want to make sure we are protected. So if we pass away prematurely, we don't leave our spouses or the kids or family to scramble, right? If we get sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke, anything major that life throws at us, health-wise, we're prepared financially to deal with those things, right? And if those things don't happen no time soon, you're protecting your money. So the first layer is you gotta have protection. So if somebody's on the Zoom right now, do not have the first layer, which is protection, you want to make sure you get in touch with us. I'm just going to put it out there. That's the first foundation block. On top of it, as we all know, debt is going to find us. The first major debt, college. Second major debt, home purchase. But then there's going to be other debt along the way. Your kids and yourself, you're going to end up having credit card debt. You may have car loan debt. Right? There's so many other debt that's going to come upon us because that's life. So how do we prepare for those things? By making sure we have a strategy that's also going to buffer us to deal with debt management. The third block of your financial house, if it's solid, it will have some emergency fund built in. Because again, life is going to happen, guys. Emergency is going to pop up. Your car tire could blow out tomorrow, right? Somebody could hit your car, right? Your water tank could, I don't know, something could happen, right? You may have to take an emergency trip somewhere. Things are going to pop up. And so we want to make sure that we also have emergency fund built in there. And then the fourth layer is investment. Listen, everybody wants to invest. Whether we know or we don't know what we're doing, right? Whether we get a job and we automatically opt into their 401k, 403b, or whatever your job is going to give you, that is investment. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one, and somebody typed the word one. There is only one strategy in the financial space that can combat and address all four of these building blocks. It gives you protection, it gives you debt management, it gives you emergency fund, and also investment. One strategy. Shout out to you guys that are following me on social. You guys, if you want to see my Zoom, you just need to go to odettaking.com/health and wealth. Click on the link, and this way you can see the Zoom room with my presentation. Otherwise, you can listen if you want to hang out on social. All right? Thank you guys so much for joining on social. Those of you that are in the Zoom room, if you follow me on social, please share the link so more people can get this information. right? So there's only one strategy, guys, that can fulfill all four of these building blocks. And that strategy is none other, right, which has been breaking the internet wave, which has been causing, more and more people are finding out. More and more people are learning about these types of strategies. And it's called, for short, IUL, a 3-letter word, Index Universal Life. What is an Index Universal Life? Well, first of all, it gives you a plethora of benefits. There's about 20 benefits. I'm not going to go over all 20, right? But when you save money in an Index Universal Life, I'm just going to point out the 4 major things right now. There is a cash value or a savings bucket. And that savings bucket can earn up to 13% growth. So if the stock market is doing well, great, everybody's making money. We're also growing our money. The safety component is a contract guarantee that any time the stock market is negative, any drop in the market, which we all know, what goes up comes down, right? We all know. All you got to do is look at your statements, right? Anytime the market is negative, we don't lose a penny. But in fact, you're going to make money, 0.75. Guarantee no loss. Okay, put in the chat right now. How many of you have a strategy that even when the stock market is negative, you are still making money? When the stock market is negative, are you still making money or are you losing money? When the stock market is negative, are you making money or you're losing money? Now, obviously, if you're part of this company, this organization, this financial education campaign, we're not losing money. We're already on the inside. We're protected. We know this information. This is why we're doing these webinars. But there's so many other people who do not know of these strategies. And this is why we do these financial education webinar, to educate the public. Because most people, if you have your traditional IRA, 401k, 403bs, when the market is down, you're going to lose money, right? Now, the third benefit is tax advantage. And like I always say, tax-free money means more money. Tax-free money means more money. All of this money that you're saving in your IUL, you can touch it. You can access it tax-free. Can you do that with your 401k? Can you do that with your 403b? Can you do that with your 457 or whatever your job is giving you? 100% absolutely no. So why is it important to have a tax-free strategy? It's not about only saving money. We can all save money. But look at this. If when you're 65 and you have $1 million in your 401k, do you have $1 million? You're 65, you have $1 million in your 401k. Is it $1 million? No, it's not. Because Uncle Sam is going to swoop up that $1 million in taxes first and then give you and I after he takes the taxes. But if you have $1 million in your IUL, is it $1 million? Is it $1 million? Yes, it is. Because IUL is tax-free. So tax-free money means more money. Guys, that's like just understanding that concept. Like just understanding, okay, yes, I got to grow the money. But I got to also make sure that this money is in a tax-free bucket. Because if I have $1 million over here and $1 million has to get taxed, I don't have $1 million. I don't have $1 million. It's $1 million on paper, but it has to get taxed, which means it's less. But if I have $1 million over here and it's in an Index Universal Life, it is $1 million. Tax-free money means more money, right? Tax-free money means more money. The fourth benefit This is not your traditional basic mom and pop back in the days old fashioned life insurance. The old fashioned life insurance is you bought something, you pay all your life, and then when you die, your family get the death benefit. That's the old type of life insurance. Can we all agree that times have changed? IUL is like the iPhone. Back in the days, we had a beeper. Then we had a flip phone. Then we had the Rolodex phone. Today, your iPhone does everything. It does email. It does text. It does video conference. It does webinar. It does email. It does documents. It makes phone calls, of course. Like, there's so much more you're getting with an iPhone. Same thing with life insurance. The old-fashioned, back in the days, life insurance was you buy something, you pay, you don't get nothing. That's why people don't like it. And then when you die, somebody gets the money. Today, IUL, which is the newer version, you first are going to benefit. You first are going to access the cash value. You first are going to have living benefit. It's about living, not dying. So when you have an IUL, another reason why people put a lot of money in this account, because they're going for the living benefit. They're going for the cash value to spend on themselves while they're alive. It's about you. It's about you being alive. You spending money on yourself. You taking care of all the things you need to do while you're alive. Right? So it has living benefits. Heart attack, cancer, stroke, COVID, diabetes, all the crazy stuff that's out there. If something ever happens to us, someone with an IUL with living benefit, now you and I stand to collect a check, money every month. Because if you get diagnosed with an illness, you cannot go to work. Your savings is going to be going down very fast. But when you have an IUL with living benefits, you can focus on your health. You can focus on healing and not have to worry about now the financial burden, right? You could focus on those things. And speaking of living benefit, I want to play this video so you can see full circle. Why is it important to have this type of account, the IUL?
I'm 38 years old. I'm a single mother of an 18-year-old, and I work in the banking industry.
I'm David Sutherland from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm a living benefit life insurance agent. When I had first met Latasha, 30 years old, single mother with an 8-year-old son.
I am an avid gym goer. I was really in great health. Dave came over one afternoon.
She explained that, what she was trying to accomplish was to protect her 8-year-old son in case something happened.
The idea that I like the most about the living benefits, it gave me security to let me know that if anything happened to me, my son would still be taken care of.
What we ended up doing was a 30-year term policy for $250,000 with all the benefits included.
So I decided to put the policy in place with Dave. Years had gone by, and I'm just working every day, going to work, not thinking anything of it. And one day I get a phone call from my doctor. And they called to let me know that I was diagnosed with stage 2-3 breast cancer. It was one of the worst calls of my life. I literally thought I was like losing everything that I had always worked for. I had always been in great health. I had all these financial plans set. And just to hear that, it just made me feel like I was losing everything. I went into shock for about 2 days. I didn't eat. I couldn't really sleep. My doctors were basically some of the best doctors that we had, and they put a plan together how we were going to beat cancer. So it began with telling me the financial needs, of course, the surgeries that I would need. The funding itself was astronomical. My job was kind enough to say, well, we'll give you time off, but it will be unpaid. Therefore, I really didn't have any income coming in to take care of my mortgage, to take care of my son. My insurance didn't cover 100% of my chemotherapy, and I couldn't afford it. I had stocks, I had savings, but it was nothing compared to the money that I would need to take care of the chemotherapy.
She happened to call and say, I need to cancel my plan. I have a health crisis, and I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I said, well, no, you don't need to cancel your plan to try and save premium. You need to put in a claim.
Through my job, I had great health insurance. I always thought that because I had great health insurance, I was always covered. Chemotherapy wasn't covered 100% with my insurance. So the living benefit really came in and helped me take care of those chemo treatments, my radiation, my surgeries, my biopsies. There's a lot of things associated with cancer that the insurance companies do not cover.
That's what gets people in trouble financially. And that's why you have a plan with living benefits, that you don't have to die to use your plan.
I really didn't have income coming in to put gas in my car, to pay my car note. And I remember speaking with my doctors, and they told me this financial plan was going to cost thousands. One of the first plans that I received was $20,000.
The claims process took two to 3 weeks at the most. And then Latasha called me one day and just said, hey, I just got a check in the mail today for just a little over $65,000. She still has almost $170,000 of remaining benefit that's still existing.
Even though I was still fighting cancer, I still had surgeries I still had to recover from, financially, I didn't have to fight through anything because the living benefits plan was there. I just wanted to make sure that my son didn't feel that his mom was sick. He knew I was sick. You know, it was something that I was living through. I didn't want it to affect him at all. He still had his cable, still had his games. And I know to a lot of people that's not important, but to me, it was important for me to feel like I'm fighting this, not he's fighting this cancer. Through a total of 9 surgeries, and 2 years later, I've been cancer-free, 2 years December. And my life has like taken a total turn for the best.
She's back to living a normal life. And it's just a very rewarding, fulfilling thing to have been a small part of that.
The living benefit plan is something that everybody needs to look into, to spare just a few moments of your time, whether it's $30, $40, $50 a month. This is your future that you're thinking about. A lot of people say, I love my kids. If you love your kids, think about your kids' future. Think about your future with your kids, and think about your kids' future without you. If you're not thinking about all of these things, then you're really not planning for a future at all. And the living benefits plan basically makes sure that your kids are taken care of, you're taken care of, your illness is taken care of. Money isn't everything, but when you're battling cancer, it's a whole lot off of you.
Wow. Guys, how many surgery did she have? How many surgery? What did you guys hear? How many surgery did she have? Put in the chat, how many surgery? Let me see if you guys were paying attention. Yes, 9, right? So I showed that video because it shows the true power of having a plan with living benefit. A lot of people say, well, I have health insurance. Well, news flash, health insurance does not cover everything, and health insurance does not put money in your pocket. Health insurance does not put money in your pocket. Health insurance will pay the doctor, right? But who's putting money in your pocket to pay your light, your water, your gas, your mortgage, your rent? See non-alternative traditional medicine or whatever you want to try. Who's paying for those things? Not your health insurance, right? So living benefits, and this is why I said the old form of protection was just you bought something, you pay, you don't ever reap the benefit. When you die, your family reaps the benefit, not the IUL. Okay, not the IUL, right? So I want to also show you guys, for those of you that are into investing, right? You may have a 401k. You may say, well, Donna, I do invest in the stock market. My stocks are doing great. That's good. But what if I tell you, woulda, shoulda, coulda had more? You woulda, shoulda, coulda had more. Yes, the market probably did well for you, but you could have had more. Here is someone saving $10,000. They started with $10,000 in traditional investment, 401k, 403b, IRA, etc., etc. Now, in 20 years, yes, their 10,000 grew, right? 10,000 grew to 31,000. Great. But guess what? Is this 31,000 tax-free? Is this 31,000 tax-free? No, it's not. Uncle Sam is going to come and tax 30, 40, 50% of this. So how much do you get to keep? You don't keep 31,000. Versus someone who had same $10,000 they started, and they had grow that money or put that money to grow in an IUL. Now their 10,000 would have grown to 48,000, almost 48. And this is 100% tax-free. This is why you will always hear me say tax-free money means more money. This 47 is 47, honey. You getting to keep all of it. And all along the way, within the last 20 years, if we had passed away prematurely, there's a death benefit to pay out. If we had gotten sick with something crazy that threatened our health, you would have been getting a check every month, which is the living benefit, right? So I know most of you guys probably never heard about this or don't even have these things for yourself. Don't feel bad. I didn't have it either 6 years ago until I got involved with this company, learned about these strategies, got myself taken care of, and also teaching this so I could make sure other people know this information as well, right? So some of you, like I said, you may have a policy, but is it giving you 20 benefits? Is it giving you growth on your money? Is it guaranteeing you that even when the market drops, you're still making money? Is that money you can touch tax-free? Is that policy also have living benefit? And these are just 4, right? So it's not about saving money. It's about saving money smart, where the same money is giving you more bang for your buck. The same money is giving you more benefits, right? So speaking of more benefits, right? If you had a 401k, 403b, TSP, or whatever your job is giving you, guess what? You got a 10% early withdrawal. If you try touching that money before age 59 and a half, Uncle Sam, 10% penalty, because they don't want you to touch the money. With an IUL, no age requirement. I'm not 59 and a half. I could pull money out of my IUL a million of times before now at age 59 and a half. No penalty. No penalty. Right? Then, of course, we all know there's stock market risk. There's stock market risk, right? The market go up, great. But what happens when the market come down? You lose money. You lose money. So how are you really in control of your future if you don't know how much money you're going to lose in the future? What if you guys were scheduled to retire in 2020, 2001, 2008, the dot-com years, COVID, and all those stuff? Or better yet, your kids were scheduled to go to college and they had 100,000 in that account. They no longer have it because the market dropped those years, right? Because there's stock market risk. IUL, guarantee no loss. This is how come I know my future is good. Because I ain't got to worry about losing money in the future. I ain't got to worry about paying taxes in the future. We want to show you guys how to control your future financially, right? You can't do that with a 401k because you don't know what the market is going to do when you're ready to retire. You don't know what the market is going to do when your kids are ready to go to college. You just don't know, right? And then we talked about, you know, your 401k, maybe you have 100,000 in there. Now fast forward, we pass away. That money is going to be taxed before it goes to your beneficiaries. It's going to be taxed, right? IUL, you got 100% tax-free debt benefit, plus the cash value. All of it is tax-free. So more money to your ears. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, you're going to hear me say a lot, don't leave money to your kids and grandkids. Don't leave money to your kids and grandkids. Why? That's going to be another webinar. You're going to have to keep coming to learn, right? Now, some of you may have a 529 for your kids, or you may have money in the bank for your kids. So let's look at some comparison. Guys, all I do every day, I compare what people have with better plans that's available. You tell me what you got, and I'm going to show you what's better. You tell me what you got, and I'm going to compare it and show you what's better. That's it. Show me what you got, and I'm going to compare it with what's better. So you got a 529. Let's look at this. 529 is only for college. Some people may say, well, I don't have a problem with that. My kids are going to go to college. Okay, great. But what if I tell you you could save that same money and it can be used for anything beyond college? Beyond college. Money for a house. Money to start a business. Money for wedding. Beyond college. Okay? Beyond college. It's not just about saving money for college, but we're setting these kids up to be playground millionaire for a lifetime and not just for college. So you may say, well, okay, Odetta, I see you. But watch this now. Watch this. Watch this. They are going to go to college. That money that you have saved in a 529, little did you know that you're legally disqualifying yourself from getting grant scholarship and financial aid. Why? Because you're showing us the money. You're showing us the money. And the fact that you show us the money, we're going to say, you know what? You got money. Put your application to the side. Pick up my nieces and nephew, and they get the scholarship, the grants, and the free money. So even if your kids want to go to college, why are we showing them the money? Why? Every school, makes no mistake, every school has huge lump sum of money that they're giving out in grants. I don't know where they're getting this money from, but they sure are. 90% of my students get scholarships, get grant, get financial aid. So why are we showing them the money? You're disqualifying yourself from getting free money, when you could still save that money, apply for financial aid, get free scholarship, get grants or whatever free money is available, and the money that you saved up, you could use it for other stuff. Maybe that could help pay off some student loan if all the grants doesn't cover it. Some of that money could use towards getting an apartment, down payment on the house, starting a business, whatever, right? One of my friends from PA, his son is going to NYU where I graduated from. They live in PA. So guess what? The kid is coming to New York. He's going to have to stay somewhere. Either he's going to be on campus or they're going to rent an apartment. That's extra money now that we have to pay for. So even if your kids want to go to college, we're showing you how to save your money smart so you could have more bang for your buck, right? With an IUL, they don't see that. It's not even listed on the application. They don't see it. And even if they do see it, it does not weigh against you. It does not affect your application. It does not disqualify you from getting free money, scholarship, grants, etc. Right? So if you have a 529, oh boy, you better call us ASAP, right? Now, I'm going to show you an illustration of a Playground Millionaire baby boy. Okay? Love this little boy. Love him. And you see he's laughing there because little do he know his entire future is mapped out because his parents sat with OdetteKing.com, and we lay out his entire future. Now, mom and dad are saving $200 a month. And that $200 a month from day one covers that child with $113,000 life insurance. Now, you put $200 in the bank, you ain't getting no $113,000 life insurance coverage. You put $200 in the stock market, you ain't getting no $113,000 coverage. You see right away, guys, how you're getting more bang for your buck. You see right away how you're getting more benefits. Day one, you got $113,000 life insurance. Day one, with that same $200, right? Now, Transamerica, our parent company, has been around for 119 years, right? 25 years in the IUL market space. They are leading and blazing the chart, right? $497 billion in investment, more than $52 billion paid out in insurance, retirement, and annuity claims, right? 12.9 million policies in force. Guys, these numbers sound high, but when you really think about it, there's so many people that still don't know what we're teaching every day. New York City alone has 9 million people. There's a lot of ground to cover. There's a lot of people who don't know what we're teaching. So even though these numbers sound high, I'm telling you, there's people on your block that don't know this information. There's people at your church that don't know this information. There's people at your job that don't know this information. Your neighbor don't know this information. Your doctor don't know this information. Your tax person don't know this information. They don't. Right? So, here we are. We're saving $200 a month, $2,400 a year. At 5 years old, 5, right here, 5. Cash value, $10,000. How many 5-year-olds do you and I know have $10,000 anywhere? 10,000 cash, 10,000 savings. At 10 years old, this child now has 26,000 saved up. 15 years old, right? Age 15 right here. This child has almost 50,000. So we continue. Age 25, almost 115,000. Age 30, 167,000. Guys, this is why I do this business. I don't know many 20-year-old, 30-year-old that even have these kinds of money sitting anywhere. All because someone sat with them, educated them, and they started saving money smart in an IUL. So I'm going to go all the way to the millionaire age. At 58 years old, this child is a tax-free millionaire. 1.026. There's people right now in retirement that don't have 1.026 tax-free. And even though we started with 113,000 life insurance coverage, look at the death benefit column. 1.4 is now the death benefit. We started with 113, but every year the death benefit face amount increase. You're building your net worth. Your money is growing. The cash surrender, this is the fun play money that you and I get to spend on ourselves while we're alive. 58 years old. So now, if somebody had sat with your parents and told your parents, hey, I want you to start saving $200 a month, and your kid are going to be good. Everything is mapped out for them financially. Money for college, money for wedding, money for starting a business, down payment on the house, And by the way, if your kids are successful, at the end of the day, make no mistake, this is your money first, mom and dad. This is your money first, grandma or grandpa. This is your money. You might be saving this for your kids, but this is your money. You don't even have to give it to them. Unlike certain other type of accounts, the donor is not the owner. IUL, you're the owner. If you open this account for your kids, you're the owner. If you open this account for your grandkids, you are the owner. If you open this account for yourself, you are the owner. So I have parents that are saving this money for their kids, but if their kids are successful, more money for mom and dad. This is your money first, mom and dad, right? Or grandpa or grandma, right? So at 58 years old, this kid is a tax-free millionaire. That's what we call a playground millionaire. In your lifetime, you will be a playground millionaire. You're going to spend $1 million tax-free, guaranteed growth, no loss when the stock market, and your entire life or your financial foundation is set up correctly. So if we pass away at age 36, $636,000 death benefit goes to our heir. $254,000 we have access for cash to do whatever we need to do while we're alive at age 36. Playground millionaire. You can set these up for yourself as an adult, or for your kids and grandkids, or for anybody. Just let us know what is your goal and how much do you want to contribute per month. Now we're showing you here $200 a month, $2,400 a year. We didn't even increase it. You want to increase it. You could start with a number that you're comfortable with, but increase every year. Increase it, right? Increase it. And when you get my book, Playground Millionaire, I go into strategies how you could increase it and why you would want to increase it and when you would want to increase it. But you got to increase it. Don't just stay at 200 forever. If you put more money in, guess what's going to happen here? Your cash value is going to be bigger. You're going to have more money. More money you put in, more money you have access to take out. More money you put in, more money you have access to take out, right? And look, now let's say this person passed away in their 80s or their 90s. They're leaving over 5 million. 5 million, 6 million, 7 million. Now this is where we start talking about building generational wealth. Generational wealth. Because by default, your kids and grandkids are gonna be better. You do these for your kids. When your kids pass away, that death benefit could go to their grandkids, because by default, their kids are gonna have policies. Their kids are gonna have IUL. Right? Monkey see, monkey do. If somebody does this for you and you see the benefit, when you get your child, you're going to make sure you do the same for your child. Monkey see, monkey do. Right? When you know better, you do better. And so, who are we? Our company is Aegon. We've been around over 177 years. Transamerica is our parent company here in the U.S. Aegon is our parent company in the Netherlands. Right? World Financial Group is the distribution platform that us licensed agents are under. What are we distributing, guys? Financial education. We're teaching our community financial education. How to pay yourself first. How to save for your retirement. How to save for your kids' education. How to properly build your financial house. Because most people don't know this, guys. They don't. We're not teaching this in schools, right? And our motto is no family left behind. That's why we do these webinars every week. 91% of us are underserved. Even people who have money, they're going to be broke because they don't know what to do to keep the money, to grow the money, to protect the money. They made it. but they don't have that next level education to grow the money, protect the money, and keep the money. You may have a good job that's paying you 6-figure, but what do you do with that 6-figure to grow it, to protect it, to keep it? Right? So we are expanding. We're looking for people all over the US and Canada, right? So because we're expanding, I want to show you what it's like to have this opportunity. First off, you're going to learn about money yourself. You're going to learn about money all day, every day. We're always learning here, right? When you get the license, because you do need a license, this is the financial service, which is highly regulated. We're playing with people money. We're planning people future. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be licensed, tons of background check, and you're still not going to sit with someone by yourself because you're dealing with people money. You're dealing with people future, right? How would you like to know you were going for a surgery and the doctor is somebody that just got out of grad school with a medical degree but never had experience? And he's coming to operate on you by himself for the first time. No, right? He's going to have to go there with a senior doctor, a doctor that has years of experience so they can work alongside and he could learn. And you do that a couple of years, now you have experience. So when someone starts with us, right, at the end of the day, we're showing people how to save their money smart. So we come in, we're a training associate, 30%. 30% of what? Whatever the client is saving. So if it's $250 per month, which is $3,000 per year, 30% of this $3,000 is $900 you make. But you're not going to make it if you don't have a license. So the first thing is you come into this business within your 30 days. You want to get licensed. Not 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. No. In your first 30 days, you want to get that license. The quicker you get that license, even if you don't know anything, you can start making money. Under 30 days. The test is 10 chapters, multiple choice. All you need is a 70, which the last I checked, that's like a C grade. C. 10 chapters, 1 chapter a day, knock it down in 2 weeks. The third week you go write your exam. Under a month. It's doable, right? Now you're an associate, 45%. So you could be making $1,350. You want to get into management, marketing director, 62%. Now you're making $1,860. And you want to keep going, senior marketing director, 80%, where now you're making $2,400. So once you come in, you're going to know what it takes to move up. Because you don't want to stay at the bottom. You want to move up, right? The more you move up, it means you're getting experience. You're helping a lot of families. And in this business, the more money you make is a direct reflection of the families you're helping. The more money you make is a direct reflection of the families you're helping. If you're not making money, you're not helping people. The more money you make, you're helping a lot of people, right? A lot of people. A lot of people save. You're educating a lot of families, right? So, in closing, you guys have 2 choices. Life is about choice. You could say, you know what? This sounds good. I'm interested in learning more about the business platform to come on board and teach this to my community. Share this information in my community. Help my friends, my family, my co-worker, my church people, because they don't know this. Or you might say, you know what? I don't know about the business, but I want to save. I want to set my financial house solid. I want to make sure that, you know what? I'm getting this tax-free strategy. I'm never losing money. I'm in control of my finances. I want to have that living benefit or whatever it is, right? You want to save, grow, and build wealth. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? And in closing, for the month of August, well, before I go to the month of August, you guys, right, you're gonna get a survey. You're all gonna get a survey, but don't wait for someone to call you. The person that invited you, don't wait for them to call you. You call that person and say, hey, I just got off that webinar. It was great. I have some questions. I want to know some more information, or I'm ready to take the next step. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I want to save money. I want to find out how I get this IUL stuff. What do I need to do? Or I want to know more about the business opportunity. I want to get started with the business. What do I need to do? So I'm going to put in the chat the survey link, right? And also, please, if you have any questions, I'm going to go through the chat now. Put your questions in the chat. I see we have one question. How does the policy work for kids, college at the age of 17? The policy works the same way. It doesn't matter if you're 1 or if you're 50, right? It's how much money do you want to save, right? You tell us what are your goals, how much money you want to contribute, and we design the policy for whatever your needs are. Now, if they're 17, like, college is right there. So you don't have time. This is why we say you want to start saving for kids as soon as they're born. Now, yes, if you try saving money now at 17, you're not going to have enough time for the money to grow, for it to pay for college. You should have, would have, could have started a long time. But it's still good to do, because maybe you don't get to reap the benefits for college, but you get to reap the benefits for everything else, because this is a long-term strategy, right? Maybe for a house deposit, maybe for a wedding, maybe for other things. Because again, you're starting to shoot soon, right? So if your kids are 17, you still want to protect them, because they need life insurance. They need living benefits. They need to be saving money, right? They're going to get a job. They're going to graduate. And when they get a job, guess what they're going to get offered at their job? A 401k, 403b IRA, which is good, but there's better. So you get them started now. And when they finish with work, when they start work or they get a job and they start making money, then they could continue funding the policy and saving for their adult future. But it works the same, right? So I've put the survey in the chat. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, so the next, for the month of August, and let me pull it up. I'm going to share my screen. So I expect you guys to be filling out the survey. If not, you'll definitely be getting a call from us. But I also want to share, as we close out July, August, we're going to be focusing on adults. We're going to be focusing on retirement accounts, right? So Playground Millionaire continues all month of August. It's going to be once a week, every Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m., right? How to save your money, how to grow your money, and become a Playground Millionaire. So if you or anybody you know has these accounts, 401k, 403b, 457, a SEP IRA, Roth IRA, annuities, brokerage accounts, CDs, money in the bank, money under the mattress, 529 college saving plan. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Join us. In fact, I'm going to put this link right now so you guys can register, right? So this is going to be every Wednesday in the month of August. So if you have those accounts for yourself, right? Or you know people that have a job and their job is giving them one of these accounts and they're saving money in these accounts, we're going to be dissecting and showing you that even though these plans are good, they're better options. And where is that better options? In an IUL, right? In an IUL. So again, that's going to be every Wednesday in August, 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th, right? So Thank you guys so much for your time. If you filled out the survey, we will be contacting you first. If you did not fill out the survey, either way, expect a call from us, or like I said, you call the person that invited you, registered you, so we can best help you on moving to the next step. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys back here on Friday, right? So Friday and then Monday again for July, and then we skip to Wednesday for the month of August. I don't see any other questions. Awesome. Thank you guys so much, and make it a great day.